The journey continues. We're in Paro in Bhutan, and now it's off to go to Bangladesh. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome back on board Waypoints Aviation. We're back in our Airbus A320 flight simulator right here in Dubai, and virtually speaking, we are in PARO Airport in Bhutan. And if you've been following our around the world adventures, you'd know that we had a quite an adventurous flight coming in, where we landed on runway 15, and now we're parked over here at gate number 7. And well, rather not a gate, but parking stand number 7. And today we're off to Bangladesh, a beautiful little country that sits right between us over here and India. And very specifically, we're going to the city of Dhaka, and we're going to be flying into Hazrat Shahjalal Hazrat Shahjalal International Airport. To my Bangladeshi friends, I'm so sorry. I hope I didn't butcher the name. Hazrat Shahjalal International Airport. All right, so that's where we're going today, and it's going to be an ICAO code of Victor Golf Hotel Sierra. So as we prepare for this flight, we're going to be taking off right into those, not into those mountains, but around those mountains. So we'll be taking off probably from runway 15, and then we're going to have to be very careful as we maneuver our way outside of the valley, and then climb up to above the mountain heights, and then we can route ourselves onwards towards Dhaka. So that's what's all going to happen in the moments to come. Guys, thank you so much. And by the way, I was just checking the statistics, or rather the analytics of my of YouTube, and it actually told me that from in terms of geography, over the last 28 days, over 34% of my viewers are from Bangladesh. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Let's get this aeroplane over to your capital city, into your international airport. And thank you so much. And guys, for those of you who are not subscribed, if you like what we do, at the end of the video, please consider clicking subscribe, like the video, and share it with your friends. And also, if you'd like to become a member and support us in what we do, feel free to do that as well. There's a little join button down there. So yeah, all that coming up in just a few minutes. Let's head over to Flight Ops, prepare for our flight, brief it, and then we'll come back to the cockpit, and we'll just prepare everything and then get out of here. All right, see you guys soon. All right, here we are. We've programmed in all of the details of our flight number, our call sign, the departing airport, Victor Quebec Papa Romeo, and Victor Golf Hotel Sierra for Dhaka. And our alternate today is going to be Indira Gandhi International Airport in New Delhi. And yeah, so it's going to be actually a very short flight, just an hour and 6 minutes, and we'll be cruising at flight level 260, cost mix of 25, and about 260 nautical miles is what we've got to fly today. And punching in all of our weights and everything, we're going to have an estimated takeoff weight of 67.7 tons, and we're carrying about 8.5 tons of fuel with us, and definitely well below our maximums and stuff like that. And that's the route we're going to be taking. We take off from Paro, runway 15, and then we're going to be literally skimming the valley, climbing up to the minimum safe altitude, and then we're going to be going direct to Papa Romeo Oscar, which is a VOR actually, that sits just south of the airport. And then it's onto the airways and onwards towards Dhaka. And looking at the weather today, the weather in Paro is the winds are variable, good visibility, just 2 knots of winds, very good visibility, scattered clouds at 4,000 feet with broken clouds at 8,000. temperature of 25, the dew point of 13, and a QNH of 1018 today. So very nice conditions for flying. And if I bring up the charts, so you can see that there are no SIDs out of here. All right. So what we do is we'll just literally bring up the RNP for runway 15. All right. And if I was to bring up actually a star page, this should kind of give us an idea of what we're dealing with. All right. The airport's right over here where we are. And as we take off, we'll be taking off into this direction over here. All right. And literally trying to follow this river, outbound, and basically you can see that these mountains here are 15. This peak right over here is 15,538 feet, and then you got this one here which is also pretty high. So all of these mountains are pretty high. So we need to be extra careful as we climb out. And as you can see, the altitude, the general altitude here is 26,300 of what we can expect, because we are in the Himalayan range after all. So yeah, not exactly going to be the most straightforward way out, but nonetheless we should be able to make it out. All right. And looking at the ILS, you can see I would probably try to follow this go around procedure, which has us at 706, then 710, and then so we're going to climb immediately to 9,800 by the time we reach here. We'd probably want to do a maximum speed of 185 knots, which will help us climb a little bit faster. And then by the time we get over here, we're definitely going to be at 16,000 feet mandatory, and then we can work our way outbound. All right, so that's what I'm going to use as a reference to get out. So I'm going to put 16,000 as my initial climb altitude, and then I'm just going to literally follow the valley as I get out of there, more or less. All right, so guys, that's pretty much it in terms of the departure. I don't have any plates to show you in terms of an SID, but in terms of the gate, I can show you now. We are right over here, parked at gate number at parking stand number 7. So it's going to be a quick pushback, taxi down onto the runway, and then basically we go down runway 33, backtrack, turn around, and then line up with 15, and we're out of here. All right. And in terms of our performance today, we're looking at speeds which are going to be 135, 139. I've opted to use flaps 2 today, and it's going to be a full toga takeoff. All right, just to get us up and over these mountains, get as much power as we can as we get out of the terrain. All right, guys, so that's pretty much it for the departure, and now it's time to head into the cockpit and program all of this in, and let's get on our way towards Dhaka. So I'll see you guys back in the cockpit. Welcome back to the cockpit, and now it's time to get everything set up. So I've got QNH 1018 on the FCUs all set up, constraints on, flight level 160 being my initial altitude, and we're all fueled up. So I'm gonna go ahead now and basically just get the seatbelt signs going, and I'm going to start the APU as well. So yeah, once the APU is started, I can go ahead with my pushback stuff and everything. So on the flight plan, you can see that I programmed everything in. We've got our initial and our destination. We've got the alternate in there as well. And on the flight plan page, just programmed in everything. We've got 259 miles to go. On the rad now, I've hard tuned the PRO, VORs as well. And in terms of secondary flight plan, we will actually we're going to go to Indira Gandhi in New Delhi in case something goes wrong. All right. And yeah, coming over the rad nav, and then on the init Bravo page, we've got everything set up, nicely set. And then on the performance page, flaps 2 up 0.3, No flex is going to be a toga takeoff, and there's our speeds, 35, 35, and 39. So literally just waiting on the APU to start up, and then we can go ahead, push back, start our engines, and line up with the runway. So I'll get back to you guys once we've just started the engines and we're taxiing down to the runway for takeoff. We've just finished the pushback, and now just waiting for the ground crew to disconnect and show us the pin. In the meantime, we can go ahead with our after start engine items. So we do that, and then we come up over to the APU bleed, and we don't need anti-ice today, so APU master off. And then from the PM duties, we're gonna arm that, set the flaps to number 2 actually today. As you can see, flaps are moving to 2, and our trim today is up 0.3, so gonna go ahead and move that to up 0.3 and check the status page. All systems are normal, so that's the after start items pretty much done. Gonna do a quick flight control check just to make sure all systems are in order, and on the rudders. Alright, all systems are good, thank you so much. And yeah, now it's time to go ahead and do that and hit the takeoff config button, get the weather radar going as well, and we can also turn on the TCAS as well.
Traffic.
You don't say. Alright, there's our test, I guess. And yep, okay, all systems good to go. Now it's just taxi down to the end of the runway and get on our way. Alright, let's go. Nose light taxi on, runway turn off on. Let's release the parking brake, give it about 30%, and let the aircraft start its roll. We are high altitude, so keep that in mind. So the engines are not going to be as the engines are not going to have as much performance as they usually would in normal conditions. So yeah, thank you Bhutan, it has been beautiful and amazing. Such a beautiful country, guys. Oh, and we got traffic just literally appeared. Another 320. Alright, see you guys, thank you so much, bye bye. And we're cleared to backtrack down runway 33, so we're just gonna make our way over to that. It's a pretty straightforward airport, so I'm just gonna get the landing lights going as well. Nose light to take off, make sure the TKS is TARA, and that should help me complete the before takeoff checklist, which is well, rather the taxi checklist, which is takeoff, no blue items. I can also get the terrain radar on, start scanning for all these mountains in the area, and yeah, we should be good to go pretty soon. Just working our way down towards the end of runway 33 and then line up on runway 15. So how are you guys doing today? Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. There's that monastery over there in the distance, which we had to use as pretty much as a visual cue when coming into land. If you didn't watch that video of us landing here in PARO, I'm gonna link it in the description box below, so you guys can go back and watch that. You know, it was definitely not for the faint of heart. Alrighty, here we go, just keeping on to that yellow line, and I'm gonna go idle on number 1, slow it down a little bit, give a little bit more power on engine number 1 while engine number 2 is idle. You can see what I'm doing there, it's thrust vectoring, so to speak. And that's gonna nicely line us up with runway 15. Lineup checklist is completed. And guys, if you're ready to go, I'm ready to go. So let's go ahead, forward pressure on the side stick, And let's go 50% on the engines, stabilized, and go all the way to Toga. Man, Toga SRS auto thrust blue on the FMA. Takeoff thrust is set 100%. Here we go, we're rolling. First speed check's gonna come at 100 knots. There it is, 100 knots. Centralize the side stick, a little bit of rudder just to keep us stable here. V1 and rotate, and there's the end of the runway, and we're up. Get the landing gear up as soon as possible. Positive rate, we've got nav, and we are on our way. We're going to be able to clear this mountain over here, but then we're going to make a left-hand turn. So you can see it gets hazy immediately because of the low-level clouds in the area. So we're just literally watching and going as we should. Excuse me. Going to be a left-hand turn very soon. Here we go. Here it comes. Here's our left-hand turn. Follow the SRS. All right. Going to lower the nose a little bit just to keep our acceleration going. And it says lever climb now, so gonna come back 2 clicks to climb, auto thrust white, and we're good. So yeah, I mean it seemed a lot more dramatic. It sounded a lot more dramatic than it is, but as you can see, the performance of the aircraft is good, and we are climbing away. We're shoulder to shoulder with these ridges over here.
Terrain ahead, pull up.
Yeah, I kind of gathered that, sir. Thank you so much. But yeah, nonetheless, what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to let the aircraft accelerate
Terrain ahead,
a little bit.
pull up.
And now I'm gonna keep
Terrain ahead, pull up.
160.
Terrain ahead, pull
and
up.
I'm just gonna climb just a
Terrain
little
ahead,
more,
pull up.
just to clear that
Terrain ahead,
up ahead.
pull up.
Because
Terrain ahead, pull up.
yes sir, I know.
Terrain ahead.
Okay, lights coming off.
Terrain ahead.
We're climbing.
Terrain ahead.
We can actually make a slight little
Terrain
bank over
ahead.
here, bring that nose down. In fact,
Terrain ahead, pull up.
I'm gonna go ahead in,
Terrain ahead, pull up.
and I'm gonna go 115.
Terrain ahead, pull up.
There we go.
Terrain ahead, pull up. Terrain ahead, pull up.
There we go.
Terrain ahead, pull up.
Following the valley out.
Terrain ahead, pull up.
Yep.
Terrain ahead, pull up.
I get you. Don't worry.
Terrain ahead, pull up.
We're clear. What are you talking
Terrain
about?
ahead, pull up.
All right.
Terrain ahead, pull up.
Now we should.
Terrain ahead, pull up.
He should quiet down soon.
Terrain ahead, pull up.
Or not.
Terrain ahead, pull up.
All right. Now we turn
Terrain ahead,
back
pull
onto
up.
our track.
Terrain ahead, pull up.
Okay, we've got F speed.
Terrain ahead, pull up.
Flaps 1.
Terrain ahead, pull up. Terrain ahead, pull up.
To those of you listening with headphones,
Terrain ahead, pull up.
I am so sorry.
Terrain ahead, pull up.
Okay,
Terrain ahead, pull
170
up.
should put us right back on track.
Terrain ahead.
You don't say.
Terrain ahead, pull up.
Alright. He finally kept quiet. Here we go. Nice and steady. No issues whatsoever, I guess. Okay, autopilot can come on now, and we're going to just maintain a nice steady open climb at 160 knots just to get us up and over the terrain, and then we can go ahead and accelerate. Alright, so I'm keeping flaps 1 speed and climbing for 160 knots. Everything seems to be okay now. We're definitely out of the danger zone, so to speak. And looking up ahead, not much terrain for us to take into consideration. So I'm gonna go ahead now, and I'm gonna go choose the next waypoint, which is Bogop, and insert that. Bogop, 31 miles away. And and I can now go ahead and manage the speed. And let's say we've been cleared to our initial climb, which is going to be flight level 260, to our cruising climb of 260. Push, so climb, alt blue, 260 blue, and the aircraft can now accelerate and also climb at a steady pace onwards. The temperature outside is 10 degrees and potentially dropping, so this is probably a good time to get on the wing and engine anti-ice, at least until those temperatures go into the negatives, and then we get out of these clouds, so to speak. We've got 243 to go, and as soon as I clean up, then I'm going to do the rest of my checks. Now I do have a little bit of concern about that peak over there. As you can see, we're coming right over this one here, and once we're 15,000 feet right now, but as we go over it, you'll see on the radio altimeter if we were 2,500 feet or higher. So we are definitely above it by 2,500 feet. Otherwise it would have shown over here as well. There's our S speed, so we can now go ahead and go flaps up, disarm the spoilers, and turn off the two outer lights. Got a little bit of weather in the way, so I'm just going to keep the seatbelt signs on for just a little bit longer. And it would seem that we're really close to these mountains, but ground proximity radar says otherwise, so we're good to go, but still monitoring the situation, because the last thing we want is a CFIT. That's a controlled flight into terrain, and it has happened in the past, so yeah, let's avoid that. This massive cloud over here in front of me, but it seems like everything is okay in terms of terrain clearance. Yeah, very good guys. And yeah, once I clear this cloud, then I guess we're pretty much out of the worst of the weather, so we should be good to go. Lovely. All right, definitely up and above all of the terrain, and what beautiful terrain it is. All right, can now turn off the seatbelt signs, let the people stretch their legs for a few minutes, just until we get to where we're going. Alright guys, so that's pretty much it for the departure. I do apologize for all of the GPWS shouting, but I had to keep the terrain radar on because I wanted to see where the mountains were and, you know, just make sure I was staying clear of them. So yep, all good. And now it's just climbing up to our cruising altitude of 260, and then we settle in and start planning for the descent and approach. All right, so I'll get back to you guys when I'm in the cruise. See you there. All right guys, it's we're just 200 miles away from our destination, and we've actually reached 200 miles before we even reach flight level 260. As you can see, we're still climbing, and so we're well on our way, heading south towards Bangladesh, which is right over there, and there's our airport, our destination airport right over there. So if I bring up the airport chart, which is going to be this one right over here, I'll click on that, and let's look at the weather. The weather is 2405 knots, and visibility is 3,500 meters. Thunderstorms are reported in the area, which is not exactly favorable. Broken clouds at 1,000 feet, few clouds which are CBs at 2,500 feet, and also broken clouds at 10,000 feet. We've got the temperature of 32 with a dew point of 26 and a QNH of 1004, and definitely thunderstorms and rain showers are in the area. So this is going to be a wet landing, so to speak. And yeah, all right, well, given that the winds are 240, we'll bring up our charts, and there are no stars in Bangladesh, so we go to approaches, and we've got looking at the airport chart, we've got well, plate number 10-9 for Hazrat Shahjalal International, It's yeah, we've got runway 14 and 32. So given that the weather is 240, I would say it's pretty much going to be a crosswind, so it really wouldn't matter what runway we land on. So coming back here, I'm going to go ahead with an ILS for runway 14, okay? So the procedure, we're looking at plate number 11-2, and it's a DA ILS for runway 14. The frequency is 109.5 with a final approach course of 144, and our final approach fix starts at 1,937 feet. MSA in the area is 2,000 feet all over. And as you can see, the procedure starts at an NDB called DA, which is the Dhaka NDB, and then from there we basically turn, go outbound, and then come back in, join the ILS approach. So we'll hit that at 3,000 feet, and then we'll basically come 324 for about 1 minute, and then we'll make a right hand turn and then capture the localizer glide slope from 1,940 feet, and then descend down, which is a 3-degree descent down to our minimums of 250. All right, so that's going to be the procedure to get in there. Excuse me again. And missed approach procedure would be climb to 2,000 feet on a track of 144 and contact air traffic control. As we land, we could make our way, so let me see, right over here. We'll land on runway 14 right over here, and oh no, that's not that, sorry, wrong airport. It's this airport here, zoomed in on the wrong airport. Okay, runway 14, and then we'll potentially take Charlie if we slow down in time, but I don't think we're gonna make Charlie. We'll probably go for Sierra 1 or Sierra 2, and then on to Sierra, and we can take we could potentially take gate number 8, or let's take gate number 7. My favorite number is 7 at terminal 2, so gate number 7. So guys, that's the plan we have, and we need to descend to 1,900 feet, actually this one here. So given that we're going to be at flat level 260, 26 minus let's say 1.9. all right, so we've got to lose 24,100 feet. We're going to multiply that number by 3, and then we're going to add 5, and that's going to be 77.3. I'd say 78 miles away from our destination is when we're going to start our descent into Dhaka. All right, and given that the runway is a nice 10,500 feet long, 3,200 meters, I can use auto brakes low for this approach. All right, so time to go back into the cockpit and program all of this in, and then initiate it at 78 miles outbound. All right, see you guys back in the cockpit. All right, guys, we've just reached our cruising altitude of flight level 260, and it's not going to be long before we need to start our descent. So it's crunch time. Mark alt cruise 260, and making our way straight towards Dhaka right now. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go Victor Golf. We're going to go to the destination here, arrival. I'm going to pick ILS runway 14 via Delta Alpha. All right, I'm going to come into that and go there. And as you can see, there's the procedure. From All Pass we'll go to Delta Alpha, and then we're going to swing around and then join the ILS. So I'm going to insert that. Excuse me. I do apologize. I'm not exactly myself today. Gonna clear, so I just need to clear some stuff over here just to sequence this flight plan, and yep, should be good to go there. And we're gonna insert that, and yeah, everything's looking fine. Now we're gonna go ahead and go there, fix info, gonna put Victor Golf Hotel Sierra 14, and put it there, and we're gonna be 78 miles out away from it, and it's runway 14. So if we look at our runway, runway 144 and 324 on the other side. So we're gonna put 324 on the radial, and that'll give us our runway direction right over there as well. All right, now on the RadNav there is a VOR. It's the Dhaka VOR, so I'm gonna hard tune that to DAC, put that, and DAC, put that over there as well. And for the ADF, I'm gonna put DA for the ADFs, which is what we have to track, and DA on the other side as well. All right, now progress. Victor Golf Hotel Sierra 14, put it there. GPS primary, accuracy high. Performance, we go over to this, and we're just looking for the weather information, which is going to be 240 at 5, and the QNH is 1004. Temperature is 32, a little bit warm today there. Winds are 240 at 5 knots, and the decision height is for category Charlie 250, so I'm going to put 250 in there, and then I'm going to come down here, all good, copy active, and come back to performance, and this is going to be auto brakes low for the approach. Come back here, and yeah, as you can see, I'm just getting very near to the descent, to the point where we're going to start our descent, and then that's the direction heading towards the runway. So yeah, it's all set up, and yeah, I can pretty much just relax now, and once I start the descent, I can do the approach checklist, and then the rest of whatever else I need to do. As of right now, we're pretty much on our way to Dhaka. I'll see you guys when I've started the descent, all right? Alright guys, we're just crossing the 78-mile marker. It's time to start our descent. So I'm gonna go ahead and set 1900 in here. So 2000, go to hundreds, 1900, and I'm going to push. And we've got descent, all magenta. And here we go, starting our descent. We can get the seatbelt signs going now. And as we start that descent, we can now do the approach checklist, if I could find one. Yep, got a checklist. Alright, the approach checklist will be barrel reference. I'm going to set the barrel reference now, since we're descending to below the transition, which is going to be 4,000 feet. So QNH is 1004. So 1004, set it over here. And 1004. I'm setting this because I know I'm not going to be stopping midway. Otherwise, usually we'd wait for transition and then set it, okay? Or rather, we'd wait until we get to the transition altitude and then set. But since I'm going directly to 3000 from here, I'm setting it right now. So, approach checklist, barrel reference 1004, crossing 24,860 now. Checked, and the seatbelt signs are on, minimums are 250. And auto brakes are low for the landing, and engine mode selector is normal. The approach checklist is completed, guys, and all that's left to do now is go from this point on direct to Delta Alpha and insert, and then we're just going to swing around and then capture the ILS and get there. So that's pretty much it. Looking at our progress, we're about 1600 feet below the altitude we're supposed to be, to keep the profile, which is good. I want to keep that for now, and yeah, we'll keep it at that. And I just need to make sure I am at 3000 by the time I get to Delta Alpha, which is 56 miles away, and I'm 24,000 feet up. All right, I need 3 miles for every 1000 feet. So looking in retrospect, I'm gonna make it. So we're good to go. And yeah, all I have to do now is I'll just probably give a little bit of speed brake, deploy some speed brake. That's gonna help me lose any excess speed and get down a little bit faster. All right, and here we go into Dhaka. Alright guys, I'm gonna get back to you as soon as I'm ready to make the turn and join the ILS. Okay, I'll see you soon. Alright guys, I went selected speed because I just wanted to manage my energy. Now I need to get this down to 240 because I'm just coming up on 12,000 feet and I want to be below 250 knots for when I get to below 10,000. So speed brakes are out and that's going to help us kind of maintain that. So looking good so far. And I just want to make sure that I get to Delta Alpha by the time I'm at 3,000 feet. So when I get to below 250 knots, if I'm not slowing down enough, I'm going to get the gear down to help me slow down as well. So, you know, this is how you kind of play with the energy in the aircraft. So now once I get to the 240, then the descent rate's going to increase, and that's going to help me bring that profile back. Here we go, here it's coming. So that's looking nice. That little needle there, I want it to be somewhere around here so that it tells me I'm going to be on profile. So I'm going to keep the speed brakes out to help maintain that profile. And so far so good actually. Yep, Delta Alpha 3000. So yeah, no problem. Looking good on the profile. I've also already activated the approach phase, so the minute I push this in, it'll go back to managed. There we go, 10,000. Do my 10,000 checks. Lights on, constraints. ILSs can come on as well right now. There we go. I can probably increase my speed just a little bit, just to bring that back. See that? It's coming to exactly where I want it to be. Nice. Energy managed. And here's one of those CVs they were talking about. Big, glorious, and also quite turbulent. So yeah, on profile, looking good. If I look at the progress page, it says I'm just 158 feet from where I should be, so no problemo. Alright, since this is going to be a final approach turn and it's really hazy, I'm going to go ahead and slow us down to about 240. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and get the gear down. Non-standard gear down, just to help us descend to where we need to be on profile. Okay, in just under 10 miles I'll be reaching Delta Alpha. Here we go, we're descending really well right now, catching up onto our profile as well. Excellent. Once I reach 3,000, I can go ahead, and then as I go outbound, then I can basically descend down to 1,900 and then manage my speed. The gear's already down, so it'll help me slow down as required. I can turn the terrain radar off now because this is elevation, literally sea elevation, just 27,000 feet. Alright, speed all star. Nice. Alright, I can store the speed brake now. Lovely, I'm exactly where I want to be, so now I'm going to go ahead and manage the speed. And that's going to take us to green dot speed, which is our minimum clean speed as well. Alright, so now that we're below that and we're on our green dot speed, I can go ahead and engage flaps 1. And we're at Delta Alpha on schedule. Lovely. Making the turn outbound, so let's go down to 1900 and pull. Thrust idle, open descent 1900 blue. Just 6 track miles to go. There we go, there's 1900 and we're entering the haze of Bangladesh. Oh, there's another Kia CB right over there. Speed All-Star.
2000.
Checked. Alright, just 1800 above ground level. Making our way in. It's really hazy over there, and the weather report did say so. So it's not like they didn't warn me. Alright, so I'm gonna go outbound a little bit, and then I'm gonna go direct to DA and then join the localizer and glide slope as well. Alright, so glide slope is just 1 bar above. I'm at flaps 1. I don't think I'll be using the speed brake anymore, so let's arm the speed brake as well, since the gear's already down. Alright, from this point on, I'm gonna exit the hold, direct to Delta Alpha, and away we go. Let's turn. Speed checked, flaps 2. Alright, it's getting a little bit more clear as we walk our way down and into the haze. And lights can come on as well. Cabin crew be seated for landing. We're going for flaps 3 now. Alright, and as we make our turn, so we are now just 10.2 miles away from touchdown. When we're about 30 degrees to intercept, I'm gonna go ahead and arm the localizer and glide slope. And the go around altitude for this approach is 2000. Alright, noted. Alright, 2000 set. Alright, here we go. Arming the localizer and glide slope and the second autopilot. Cat 3 dual autopilot 1+2. Cannot see nothing. That's okay. I've got an ILS, so very good. Localizer's coming in. So in real life, essentially speaking, it's pouring down there. Glide slope start, lock star. Glide slope, go around altitude set, flaps full, and the landing checklist. Landing no blue, landing checklist completed. Alright, we're on localizer, we're straight for the runway. Lock, and here we go. Keep your eyes peeled, let me know if you see a runway. Got some ground contact, but not necessarily enough to see the runway. Oh look, and a rainbow, double rainbow. That's a sign. Beautiful, first time ever in the sim I've got double rainbows. Actually, a rainbow at all to speak of. That is just amazing. Rainbow. 1000 checked. See the river over there. Guys, runway lights up ahead. They briefly came and now they're back. Runway right there. Awesome. Runway's in sight.
500.
Autopilot's coming off. Land.
100 above.
Checked.
Minimum.
Continue.
$100. 50, 40, 30, 20, retard. 10, 5.
Alright, a little bit of rudder and spoilers, reverses green, decel. $70 knots, idle reverse, auto brakes off, and yep, full idle now. A little bit on the brakes, and we're gonna take this exit over here. Oh, we got Indigo traffic. Looks like he's going to maintenance. Oh well, okay. And guys, welcome to Dhaka in Bangladesh. We're here. Okay, gonna disarm the spoilers, go flash 0. Weather radar can go off, terrain, TCAS, all that can go off. Try to stay on the taxiway, Mr. Jason. There we go. And just gonna be exiting onto that over there as well. And landing lights off, taxi, strobes off, and start the APU. And that will be the after landing checklist completed. And now it's off to the parking. Awesome. And I could very quickly look at the after landing checklist, which is radar and predictive wind shear off. They are off indeed. Radar and predictive wind shear off. Lovely. Welcome to a little bit of a hazy and rainy Dhaka with an airport vehicle coming right at me. Let me see, I want to go straight ahead and number 7, so I'll take a right onto Charlie. Okay, I'm just gonna go around you over here. Good luck. Alright, in fact I will take a turn in here and get into the apron early part. So yeah guys, once again, welcome to Dhaka in Bangladesh. If ever you come, I highly recommend the biryani. It's a rice dish. For those of you who don't know what a biryani is, it's a rice dish and it is to die for. They have tried the mutton biryani, so yeah. And there's Air Arabia, could be my buddy Amjad. Okay, here's our gate. Oh no, that's not our gate. It's the other one. Hey, Sri Lankan Airlines. Pretty busy today in Dhaka. Well, looks like the gate I wanted was not available. No problem. This is live traffic, by the way. It downloads the actual traffic information from Flight Radar 24 and simulates it. So if you were in Dhaka right now, you'll see the actual traffic. I'll leave a link to it in the description box below, and looks like that is going to be our gate today. Sweet. Lights coming off. AP is available. Alright. If you gentlemen would like to, you know, get out of the way, that would be nice. Here we go. Parking brake on. APU is available, so I can go ahead and shut down 1, shut down 2. Beacon off, off. Fuel pump off. Fuel supply off. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dhaka in Bangladesh. Such a pleasure having you on board today. Thank you so much for staying with me for the whole video. If you liked it, hit that thumbs up button. If you are not subscribed, please consider subscribing. And there's a lot more coming your way. Next, we're probably flying into India. So yeah, or I might go Far East. I'm not sure. I haven't quite decided yet. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. And I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. God bless you all, and see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Hi, do you live in Dubai, or are you in the United Arab Emirates? Are you an aviation enthusiast? Do you play Flight Simulator on your computer at home? Would you like to have the ultimate experience of flying an Airbus A320 in a real cockpit environment? Or are you a real-world pilot and you're looking to practice for an upcoming airline assessment? Or do you just want to master the Airbus aircraft? Are you a pilot looking to level up your knowledge and experience in instruments and navigation? Or maybe you're thinking of becoming a pilot in the future, but you're not yet sure if this is the path for you. Well, whatever your requirements may be, we're here for you. Book a session in our Airbus A320 flight simulator and come experience flying with a real-world pilot by your side as your instructor, guiding you along every step of the way. All ages are invited. Just scan the QR code or contact us via the details below for more information. See you guys in the cockpit soon.